Today on Beardo and Weirdo, we're talking about going to Jerry Cantrell's 60th birthday party, a moment I had with Sebastian Bach in Detroit that didn't go as planned, and we're being joined by comedian Ric Diez.
Yeah. Cool.
It's Chris's friend.
Yep. He crushes. Trust me. Yeah. Today on Beardo and Weirdo.
Yeah. Beardo and Weirdo. We have a Patreon page. What does that mean? Early access, unedited episodes, and lots of cool stuff with me and my friend, Chris Kael.
That's right. More beard and more weird now on Patreon.
Yay! And I do want to make a note that on Saturday, I am going to be April 4th at the Moore Theater with Nancy Wilson, Zach and Brent from Shinedown, Mike Inez, Chris Ballou Mike Inez is from Alice in Chains, Chris Ballou from Presidents of the United States of America. This is all-star jam that's happening as well.
You say the Wilson? Did you say that one yet?
Nancy Wilson, yeah. Nancy Wilson from Heart is going to be with her band, kicking ass and playing some Heart tunes, and it's all the Amplify Courage benefit show, raising money for anti-bullying campaign, which is going to be weird to say after what we get into this with Ric Diez, where the rest of the show is going to be us bullying each other. But tickets are available at Ticketmaster for Saturday, April 4th. Me, the guys from Shinedown, Alice in Chains, Heart, Presidents of the United States of America. Get your tickets now at the Moore Theater if they're still available.
All those names and Craig Gass.
And me.
Craig Gass.
Trying to figure out
Mr. King of Credits.
Trying to figure out how to start out a show without sounding like I'm bullying anyone. But we're here with Ric Diez. Ric Diez, who's Kill Tony star. He's a golden ticket winner. It is so weird to me because I watched Tony start this thing like 20 years ago. I wasn't there like the first night, but there was two weird shows that would happen at the beginning of the week up in the belly room. And one was the Ding Dong show.
Still going.
Ding Dong is still going? Okay.
Yeah, still going.
With, what's his name? Don Barris, right?
Don Barris.
And Don Barris, and it's just, how would you describe it? The Ding Dong show.
Like a cabaret variety show, I guess.
Absolutely. With people who all happen to be mentally ill.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, I'm not going to judge them. There's Dan Ramos, Luke the Clown. You have singers and clown people. And,
it's bananas. And around that same time, Tony started doing Kill Tony, which was just a roast of anyone who wanted to come up and do 1 minute at the Comedy Store, which the Comedy Store is the place you want to be as a comedian. It's the most famous comedy club in the world. And it really turned into a thing. And now he's doing it in Austin. And your first time doing Kill Tony, was that your first time getting the golden ticket?
Yeah.
No shit.
Oh, yeah.
My first time signing up, and my first time getting pulled, and my first time crushing it.
One of those life-changing events right there.
Yes,
no shit. Where are you from originally?
Born in Spain, grew up in Belgium, and I've worked abroad. Like I've traveled a lot for my previous day job, but yeah, I grew up in Belgium as a Spaniard, and I just went on holidays to Austin, and here we go, and changed my life a little bit.
Now he's got his work visa over here, working a lot. The reason he's in town was he played Wise Guys,
and you do the show with him.
Gave me the chance to get on there and do some time. So. Yeah, now he's out driving my car and
really
staying in my guest room. Yep, so he gets to see all of it, man.
Oh, I love it. So how long have you been doing stand-up?
I'm in my 7th year. I'm a baby.
Yeah. Do you feel, I always feel like everybody, when you do stand-up, you always look back at the year before and go, man, I had no idea what I was doing last year, but this year I got it.
No.
Okay.
I've improved on that. I was thinking like that a lot, but now I've been listening to my old stuff, and I was like, man, I really did suck. but now I just think I don't think I got it. I just think I suck less. I feel like every year, because I'm listening to my old tapes, cutting clips.
Yeah,
I'm sucking less every year that I keep doing it.
By the way, you're mentioning something that is the hardest thing in the world for anyone to do, which is watch themselves.
It is so cringe.
It's also the quickest way to learn.
Gentlemen, I don't know what y'all are talking about because I got no problem watching myself.
Oh, that's that's obvious.
No camera that I don't love and no camera that doesn't love me.
Yeah, you watch yourself on camera and you're just like, ooh, but you know right away, I know why that didn't work.
Oh yeah, no, it's just I watch myself just painful mistakes on how I'm addressing the crowd, how I'm introducing a joke, how I'm like, oh, that was,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But then I'm like, then maybe, that joke worked that day. That's a clip.
Yeah. Or sometimes I would notice when I would film myself, sometimes I'd get a laugh and I wouldn't understand why until I watched the video and I went, oh, there was like a little subtle thing I did with my face right there. And I didn't even realize that was funny.
I've got a joke where I talk about being 51, being single, and being in a rock band and trying to maintain like a youthful appearance. People laugh at that all the time. I didn't realize that I don't look that young.
Yeah.
Like, that's not where the laugh's supposed to be happening.
Yeah. Yesterday I heard you say, can I say your age?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying, he was saying, I'm 51. And like, and he goes into this whole thing about how he looks good for 51. And I'm like, nobody in the crowd seems surprised. Yeah.
Guys, I've been on break for a little bit. I'm not dyeing the beard right now. I've been on the motorcycle all day long. So this isn't the best representation.
You dye your beard?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
It's one of those things. I actually was going to let it just go gray. I wanted like full fucking wizard beard. I was going to do that. And then, who was it? Clint Lowry from Seven Dust. I was telling him, I'm thinking about just letting it go. And he's like, all right, let me tell you something. He's like, you can let it go. But if you decide to go back, you can't go back anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It looks weird because everybody's seen what happened.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm not ready yet.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
I'm going to give you my 2 cents.
Okay.
Sure.
Please don't become one of those rock stars that tries to dress young and dyes their hair black, all black, and they all look like you're clearly 70. Like, whatever you are.
Yeah.
This is not working. Don't be one of those guys. I'd rather you have gray hair, but don't overdo it.
No,
Rick,
the one thing I feel like if I let my beard go, I just feel like I look tired and like, I don't like it. So
I wanted
eventually.
I wanted to work in the music industry so badly, and I'm so glad I ended up in comedy because in comedy they actually respect their elders in comedy, and you can be an older guy and still make it in comedy. I mean, obviously Rodney Dangerfield is a great example of that. But and Rick, who influenced you in comedy? Like, who were your guys that you grew up going, oh man, this is the shit?
This is the shit. I mean, Eddie Murphy.
Absolutely.
Louis Black.
Yep.
Those were like my early, like Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And then after that, I guess Louis.
Yeah, Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
Only for his comedy.
Well, I've heard some of his other appearances were pretty funny too.
I mean, the rest of the stuff he's done, I guess I've done a lot in private, but not with other people.
Right. You'll get there, man. You'll get there.
When that shit hit the fan, I remember before it really became fully a big story.
It actually hit like a flower pot.
Yeah. I remember him. I remember going and doing Opie's radio show, and it was a room full of comedians that had all gotten help from Louis C.K. I remember saying, isn't it weird, that story about him jerking off in front of people? You don't think that's weird? Everyone got really quiet, and I go, you don't think that's weird? Then he just pulled his dick out and just started, that's not weird to you? And I realized, oh man, everyone in this room, except for me, had been given some kind of help to get on a TV show or a tour or something. And so nobody, which is, it's kind of like the Amy Schumer thing where Amy Schumer got caught stealing material, that she had helped so many comedians that it took a long time for that to really come to the surface.
Yeah. I like that Louis C.K. Helped out a lot of people and then got in trouble for just asking for a little help.
Yep. For asking for an extra helping hand.
Yeah.
Do you think the fact that Chris is helping me out while I'm in Vegas means that 5 years from now something's gonna come out?
Rick, you know the answer to that. Yeah. You've heard my material on stage.
Well, Rick, Chris and I, last weekend we had this thing happen where we decided to jump on a plane and go down to Los Angeles. I got an invitation from Jerry Cantrell. Jerry is the guitar player for Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains gave me a tour 10-something years ago to open up for them to do stand-up comedy as their opening act. And so I've maintained a friendship. I mean, I knew those guys already to begin with, but we've all gotten closer because of that tour. And Jerry invited me down to his 60th birthday party. And the invitation said, you can bring a guest. And I looked at flights. I could use my miles. And I was like, Chris, you want to do this? And he said, yeah, let's do it. I said,
yes, Daddy.
Yeah. And I said,
get me on those plane using those points, Daddy.
He did keep calling me Daddy. And at one point, I was sitting behind him on a flight, and he put his hand behind him and started rubbing my leg. And I've never wished that I had switched seats with somebody so badly so that he could touch somebody else's leg and creep them out.
You would not want him in front of me.
Yeah. But,
speaking of Louis C.K.
But we went to Jerry's birthday party, and as soon as we walked up that driveway, we saw friends right away.
Cool.
At the hot dog. Who do we see first when we got in there? We saw Zach and Larry. And
I don't remember who was all there.
Well, let's take a look at the pictures.
Yeah. Roy Mayorga was getting a hot dog when we were there. Look at that.
Oh, the first person to say hi to me, I said to Chris, I go, oh, shit, there's Kato. And Chris went, Kato? And I was like, yeah, Kato Kaelin.
Kato Kaelin.
From O.J. Simpson.
Oh.
The O.J. Simpson.
The house guest.
The house guest.
Yeah.
He was sleeping at O.J.'s house the night that O.J. murdered everybody. Allegedly.
And still smiling. Look at that.
And still smiling. Yeah. Well, I mean, he wasn't involved. He's just like, I don't know what happened. He's smiling because OJ's dead.
He was having so much fun. Like, he's just like a cornball. Like fun, jovial, really leaning into all that stuff.
You think he was hearing the alleged murder? And he was like, I don't want to get involved. Or like, maybe they're just fucking and it's just, like, it was just like, oh, no, not again. I just put his feet over his head.
He's like, I am living here rent free. The rent is too damn high. I ain't saying nothing.
You can murder whoever you want.
Yep.
Yeah, but Kato came over to say hi. And that is a guy that, as much as I want to get him on our show, I just think, my God, he has been asked every single question a million times. Like, but we'll think about something because he's got some projects that he's putting out soon. So we ran into him. What's the next picture we got here?
Oh, wow.
Oh, and then Kato. There's Jerry, the birthday boy. Look how great Jerry looks.
Yep.
His hair all up in braids. And
Mr. Gavin Rossdale from Bush right there in the middle as well, working security.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Torrance not going so good, so now he's picking up security gigs.
Gavin, I met for the first time, I think about 15 years ago in Australia. And I say, hey, I'm a stand-up comedian. Do you listen to comedy? He goes, I love stand-up comedy. And I go, who's your favorite comedian? He goes, Sam Kinison. And I was like, whoa, Gavin Rossdale, pretty boy.
Oh, yeah.
Love Sam Kinison, man. That blew me. And one of the nicest guys. I'm behind Jerry and Gavin and Kato, and I'm not joking. Hundreds of people are standing around the pool. It was a very packed
back there.
Yeah, what do we got next here? Oh, and then Chris actually had a moment with the singer of King's X.
Yep, Doug Pinnick right there on my left, which would be on the right of the screen that you're looking at right there. Mr. Doug Pinnick from King's X. Been a huge fan of King's X and their harmonies. He is an incredible bass player, and that's the first time I ever got to meet him. And we also got Zach Throne there on the bottom, who has done tons of work with Jerry Cantrell,
Corey
Taylor as well.
Yeah, he's been out with Corey.
To my point about black dyed hair.
Yeah.
Oh.
just saying.
Yeah.
Ric Diez has spoken. And Zach's significant other, who everybody loves, Larry.
Yep.
That's Larry Bell.
Wearing your shirt. Did you get a picture of that shirt?
I did, son of a bitch.
Yep.
If you saw the episode a couple weeks ago, Corey Taylor, I told him, I shouldn't tell you this story, but I did a show once where I pulled up to the gig. It was in Yakima, Washington, and the marquee actually said, tonight, I don't know if you've ever been insulted by a marquee. I did a show in Yakima, Washington, where the marquee said, tonight, it was in quotation marks, comedy with Craig Gass. And I went, what the fuck? And Corey said, no way, I want to see the picture. So I sent it to Corey. And then a week or two later, Corey had a bunch of friends over for his birthday, I think.
Yep.
And I didn't even notice when I walked in. I was like, hey, I'm hugging everybody. And I'm like, everybody's wearing the same white shirt. And then I realized, oh, man, it's a shirt with the marquee on it that says
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, so annoying.
Yeah, and Larry came down the driveway. I go, she's got the shirt.
Yeah.
She's wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
I just went to Yakima, Washington a few weeks ago.
No shit.
I had a show in Richland.
Okay.
And we drove through Yakima.
Yeah, Tri-Cities.
It is not good. It is not a good place. It felt very, I was like, it's technically in a reservation.
Oh, yeah.
But it's all Mexican restaurants. And I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Did you happen to see any signs about Yakima saying with their logo? Did you see any logo signs?
I saw something about zombies or something. They have like a drink that's, it's not good. I don't remember the logo.
They have a logo. And I only know this because I started in Seattle. That's where my comedy career started 30 years ago. And they referred to Yakima as the Palm Springs of Washington State. It is not.
You mean a desert wasteland?
Yeah. It's not. But yeah, anyway, Chris was genuinely excited because he didn't walk up to Doug Pinnick Doug Pinnick from King's X walked up to Chris and said, "Man, I love that beard."
Yeah, we had a beard conversation.
Yeah. And next picture.
And maybe I should learn from him because there is no dye in his beard. So maybe I just need to let go and
this is the one guy that showed up at the party. There's Jerry taking a picture with Perry Farrell. And when Perry showed up, I noticed people walking by Perry going, "Perry?" Like,
yeah.
It's kind of like this guy, Rick. This guy is the singer of Jane's Addiction. He has not been seen publicly that I'm aware of for a couple of years because a couple of years ago, he made all the news around the world when he started a fight with his guitar player on stage.
Dave Navarro.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I've seen that video. That was insane.
And he tried punching him several times in the middle of the concert, and he hasn't been. I mean,
you say punching. This is Perry Farrell and Dave Navarro, two very beautiful men.
Yeah.
Beautiful men. So I don't know. It was more of a
yeah. Well, and to be fair, Dave took it like Dave just looked like he was just like, dude, do not.
Yep.
Like Dave looks like he's been taking care of himself, but
what was the backstory on that fight again?
From what I understand,
lead singers, man.
From what I understand, issues had been building throughout the tour where Perry believed that the guitar was too loud and it was hard for him to hear himself so he could sing during the shows. And it's in Boston, Massachusetts, I believe, at a venue in Boston. He finally had enough and started swinging at his own guitar player. Oh. And I have to tell you, there are a lot of musicians I know who said it's crazy that it finally happened because they know of many bands who would fight each other on stage and they just don't. And there are some videos that exist on the internet of some bands almost fighting, and it just, it's just very subtle.
There is a classic one on the Eagles documentary. I think it's called Hell Freezes Over.
Yeah, okay.
Do you remember which two are fighting there? Is it Don Henley and...
I don't remember who...
Glenn Frey? Glenn Frey and Don Henley.
I believe so.
Who's the drummer?
Don Henley.
So it's Glenn Frey and Don Henley, and they're around the microphones on stage in between songs, and Glenn Frey is going to Don Henley, "When we get off here, I'm going to kick your fucking ass. Yeah. You better run because I'm coming after you." Yeah.
Have you ever heard Bill?
I don't know that that's ever happened in our band ever at all.
What's the guy? What's the guy's name from SNL? Bill
Hader.
Bill Hader has a great story where it was him. It was him talking to another cast member about it's the greatest documentary ever, that Eagles documentary, because they're fighting. They're all like, "I'm gonna kick your ass," and they're super macho, and then they go on stage and play the gayest music of all time as they're about to fight each other.
Yeah. But speaking of the Eagles, though, they are playing here in Vegas. How much material do you have when the very first song you start off with
is Hotel California?
Hotel California.
Yeah.
That's not your closer.
Yeah.
That's the opener. Yeah. That's amazing.
One of the greatest songs.
Put you to sleep immediately.
And here's a dude.
I hate that song.
Do you really?
I love the bass line. That bass line is incredible.
Oh, the whole song. I love the whole song.
That guitar solo. What's the guy's name?
Joe.
Yes. That's incredible. That's one of my favorites.
Joe's our dude, man.
Yep. Speaking of our dudes.
Now, this is one guy who we've hung out with many times over the years, Robert Trujillo, who we saw a few months ago in Melbourne, in Australia, when Suicidal Tendencies is playing a show in this beautiful theater in Melbourne. And then you look up in the balcony, and there's just two people in the balcony. It's Robert Trujillo and his wife watching their son play bass for Suicidal Tendencies. Yeah. And then a guy who I've always wanted an introduction to, and then I finally had one right here in the driveway at Jerry's house, and that's Mike Borden from Faith No More.
Drummer from Faith No More. You know what's crazy about that is he came up to me, said hi to me, and I love Faith No More. My ex-wife, Natalie, is like the biggest Faith No More fan. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "I believe the last time I saw you was the last Faith No More show at Sacramento."
No way he remembered.
I was like, oh my God. Because I don't even think I talked to him at that. It was like he recognized me when I was walking up the steps. I was like, "Hey, man." But they were getting ready to go on, so I didn't bother him at all.
Right.
And as soon as he saw me here, "Last time I saw you was the last Faith No More show in Sacramento." Yeah.
Wow, that's some good people skills right there.
Man, I'm very visible.
Rick, who are your favorite bands? Like who's your jam?
Rock bands?
Yeah.
Oh man. Nirvana.
Very nice. Did you ever get a chance to see Nirvana live?
No, dude. They were supposed to come to Belgium, and he offed himself right before, a few weeks
allegedly.
before.
Yeah.
Allegedly, there is new information out that it very well could be a homicide.
My opinion, he didn't, but okay.
Same. Exact same. Yeah.
Or hot take.
Yeah.
He did, but definitely because he was like, I can't listen to her anymore.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Hey, Alex, clip it.
Yeah. But besides Nirvana, who else are your favorites?
Oh, dude. Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, yeah.
Seen them twice. Saw them in the 90s. Sepultura.
Ooh, there we go.
Metallica.
Yeah.
Megadeth.
Oh, yeah.
I guess Prodigy.
Yeah. Great stuff, man.
Ramones.
Prodigy's great love.
I was hanging out at, we played a festival overseas forever ago, and I'm hanging out talking to this guy at the bar. We're both drinking, have a great time. And I asked him, I was like, hey, man, did you come out for the festival? I thought it was like a fan. And he's like, yeah, we just played. I'm like, oh, really? What band? He goes, Prodigy. It's the lead singer of Prodigy. I'm talking to him. I had no idea.
Wow.
Just a wonderful gentleman, so full of wonderful stories, and just a very pleasant dude. It was awesome hanging out with him.
I love moments like that. So this is in the driveway. Do we have another picture beyond this? Let's see what else we got. Oh, this is a guy we never got. So here's what was interesting about this is that we were flying from Vegas down to LA for the birthday party, and then we flew right back because we wanted to go right back to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club to watch Chris Porter do a show.
Yeah.
And one of Chris Porter's biggest supporters is the band The Black Crowes.
Oh, wow.
And there's Chris Robinson, the singer of Black Crowes.
Yep.
And I saw him talking to Zach and Pearl Aday, the singer, very talented singer, Meatloaf's daughter.
Yep. And Scotty Ian's wife.
I had a weird moment where they have a 14-year-old kid, Revel, who's already played on stage with several massive bands like Foo Fighters and
your grandfather is Meatloaf.
Yeah, your grandfather's Meatloaf.
I think I've seen that.
And Revel, I saw Revel, he kind of, for 14 years old, he was like, what's up? And I was like, oh, man. And I go, hey, Revel, good to see you, man. I go, man, one of these days when you turn 21, we got to get you to a comedy show. And he said, yeah, for sure. And I go, do you have any favorite comedians? And he goes, Norm Macdonald. And I go, you are, wow. I said, man, I've got some wonderfully fucked up stories about Norm Macdonald. And he went, what? And I go, oh, yeah, you're 14. All right, never mind. And I walked away. But we didn't get a chance. Did you talk to Chris Robinson?
No, he was surrounded by people the whole time.
There were some people there that I was like, Slim Jim Phantom from Stray Cats was there. There was a couple guys that I saw, and I'm like, I don't know those guys. But, and then, of course, Sean Kinney was there. Mm-hmm. Mike Inez.
Yep. John Five.
We saw John Five in the driveway.
Yeah.
As we were trying to find parking, we saw Susan Silver getting out of her car.
Yep.
And then we saw John Five getting out. And then, is that it for the photos?
One video of the birthday cake.
Oh, and then the video of the birthday cake, which is, this was filmed by Larry. Here we go. Happy birthday to Mr. JC. There's Rita.
Rita, Dimebag's girlfriend from back in the day.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, this was way more packed.
Got Craig Gass carrying out the cake there.
Why is there one big bite out of the cake? He was in great spirits on Saturday.
Yeah. And you said that he's not a hugger. He was hugging everybody.
Everybody. Yeah, he's always doing the...
I'm sorry. Hugga.
Oh. Wow.
That was the first time I've actually met Jerry Cantrell. I've seen him play many times. I didn't realize he was that damn tall. Because I'm like 6'1". He's probably 6'3", I would guess.
I feel like he's my height. I'm like 6'1". Am I 6'1" and a half?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe he was wearing boots. I
Could have been.
Wasn't noticing, but
definitely silver pants.
Yeah, definitely silver pants.
That ruled. Yeah.
You guys get to go to all these parties. You've been in the business or entertainment for a long time. You're in comedy. You're in music. Who haven't you met that you would geek out? Like you couldn't fuck. If I met this person right now, at this stage, you would still geek out.
Who's your answer?
After Marilyn Manson texted me an invite to go to his birthday party.
After you helped Manson get a nice place to take his wife to.
Dinner reservations in Vegas for his wife. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm going to be shocked by anybody anymore. Regardless. Yeah, I can't really think of anybody because we've had Gene on here. I've met Gene before. Gene Simmons from Kiss.
There's been times when I've given out my phone number and then somebody will call me and I notice that I'll get phone calls from a blocked number and I'll go, and I don't answer them anymore because it's either somebody famous or it's a former Coke dealer that I used to hang out with. And I don't want to talk to either of them. But I remember one time sitting in a Long John Silver's, which is like a fast food restaurant, like a like a seafood and
You with that build, eating Long John Silver's.
yeah, can you
really?
believe it? And
Heart problems and all.
dude, chicken. I'm telling you,
Never would have guessed.
chicken planks, man. If you've been to Long John Silver's, you know what I'm talking about. The chicken planks. This guy judging me.
The crumbs.
Oh yeah, the Crispies.
Yeah.
The Crispies are
I was
amazing.
a fat little kid back in Kentucky with no money. I would just go in there, get a Coke, and order of crumbs. It's like $1.50 at that point.
Yep. And I get a phone call. It's from a block number, and I'm like, "Hello," and I hear, "Hi, Craig. This is Alec Baldwin. I'm sitting here with Andy Garcia. Do you mind doing your Al Pacino impression for us?" And I go, yeah. And I walk outside, and I go, "What the fuck?" And I'm outside the Long John Silver's doing impressions for people, and it's like, oh man, I don't want to. But I don't know if I can think of anybody who that I would want to meet. I just know that sometimes people disappoint you. So it's like, I would like to meet somebody and hope that I would have a pleasant conversation with them.
Yeah.
But who is that for you, Rick?
Dude, if I met Tom Morello, I think I would lose my shit.
No shit.
He's very approachable.
Yeah, very nice guy.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw like in concert, like pretty close. Like, I'll never get. And I guess. But he passed away. I guess the Beastie Boys.
MCA.
MCA.
Yeah.
MCA. That was a rare moment where a famous person died that I was hurt by it.
Yeah.
And obviously I don't know MCA. It was not, but it just hurt me to know that he was gone from this earth.
Well, he was one of the few main little reasons was very not even music related. I mean, music of course, but it was, I grew up Buddhist, and he was like very like free Tibet, like Buddhist. He was like one of the mainstream artists that seemed like a cool representative of that.
Right.
You want to hear a really fucked up story?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm sorry,
Always, yes.
but this is going to have to be on the Patreon. This is an unbelievably fucked up story. So, anyways, sorry, that was for the Patreon. But
Back from the Patreon.
Back to Rick. So, anyways, there is a story I do need to tell you.
I still haven't processed the story.
I hope you got his face.
I'm completely
It's a crazy story.
Yeah.
I have so many questions.
Yeah. It's a crazy, crazy story. So, have you ever opened for a band or thought, let me do some stand-up in front of a band?
The only once, it was last minute. I haven't opened for any big bands doing stand-up, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in Austin, I think it was September last year.
Okay.
And the Kiltony band plays during the week themselves. They have like a jam at a venue. I can't forget the name of the venue now, but it's like every Tuesday night. And it's still going. It's every Tuesday night. The Kiltony band just and they have other musical guests, and they play like jazzy and fusion, whatever they do.
Okay.
And then I'm friends with Carlos, who plays horns, and it's like, hey, you want to do stand up before we go up? And I was like, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
These people are not there to see comedy at all.
And that's the problem when you open for bands. Yeah.
But there was another comic who asked them if she could do stand up before they went up, because she had been on Kiltony that week or something, and she was in town, and they said yes because they're cool. They don't. It's very like artistic friendly.
Yeah, of course.
And I said, yeah, sure, I'll get in. And so I got in there. I said a few jokes. They laughed a little bit. Half of them were like, I can't. I don't want to.
They're not in the mindset.
They're not in the mindset. But when I started stand-up, I was doing bars several times a week with musicians, like open mic with other, not just comedians. So I was like, I'm used to this. If they're not listening, I know what I'm in for.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know what I'm in for.
Yeah.
I'll just scream loudly, just try to get their attention. And then if they do, they do. And if they don't be offended. They're not there for this.
Yeah, I've done that a few times, and I've learned over the years, especially if live music has already started, it's hard to follow live music with comedy and then go back to live music. The only way to do comedy in a live music setting is to put the comedy up front, because the energy hasn't changed yet with the live music. And I've done it so many times, but I've also opened for a bunch of big bands like Metallica and System of a Down and Pantera, Corey Taylor and all our friends. So I developed a way out of fear, which I think is a great motivator. When you're scared about something that you're about to do on stage, you will pull something out of your ass out of fear that will make it work. And when I first opened for Metallica, it was going on stage and saying, "Good evening, my name's Craig. I am Metallica's tour manager." And everyone went, "Yeah!" And I said, "The band has some very important announcements." And everything I said was super cool, but total bullshit. And it got everybody to cheer and listen. I said, you may have heard some rumors, and it's true. We are recording our first ever live album right. So I need your attention. There's a proper way to yell on a live album, so we need to rehearse this. And they follow every stupid instruction that you give them at that point. And then I'll walk around the stage and I'll make separate announcements for everyone on the stage. I'll make sure that one guy, it's his birthday. What? That's right. So when they introduce the guy whose birthday it is, you got to say happy birthday. And then when you go, and then sometimes I'll run out of interesting things. And that leads me to the story I want to share with you tonight.
Okay, beautiful.
Which is that I was in Detroit 2 weeks ago. And when I got into town, a friend of ours from Las Vegas, Sebastian Bach, great rock singer, he was in town as well. I texted him and said, hey, dude, I'm in Detroit. Is it okay to come to your show? And he said, dude, fuck yeah. Dude, come on stage and do something on stage. And I was like, okay, do you mind if I go on stage and say I work for the band? It's what I've done opening for Metallica and System of a Down. He said, whatever. And he didn't ask for an explanation. But I knew that while I'm on stage, he'll be watching and he'll go, oh, God, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I say I work for the band. So this is how it starts. And I'm going to have to pause this a few times along the way. I go out on stage and I say I work for the band. And then there's certain announcements you need to know about everybody on the band. And this is how the show starts, is with this. This is in Detroit in Wyandotte.
I am Sebastian Bach's tour manager.
That's how you started.
Thank you. Nobody's ever cheered for me before when I said that. Thank you. Can we do that again? My name's Craig. I'm Sebastian Bach's tour manager.
That's how I do comedy.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
That's how you show respect, motherfuckers.
I'm yelling at road crew guys who are not even listening to me.
Away from my family 364 days a year? No, but I do it because I love Sebastian Bach.
Please.
Folding leather pants every day? No. But I do it because I believe in the power of real live rock and roll. You think I like doing cocaine? Yeah, I do like doing cocaine.
All right, pause that for a second. That's Meltdown is right there in the corner filming me.
From
That's a very
WRIF.
from the Riff,
Yep.
the very legendary rock station and a legendary DJ over there. So now that I've gotten everybody's attention, I now want to tell them certain things that are going to be happening on the stage. And what I don't realize until I get off stage is that I walk off stage and the entire band, except for Sebastian, is standing behind the stage and they're all laughing. Sebastian walks up to me and goes, dude, how'd it go? And I went, you didn't see, and he goes, yeah, whatever, man. That's fucking great to see you. And then we hug and I'm like, oh, and now I realize I've actually set this whole show up for a disaster. Here's some of the announcements that I made. Go ahead.
Because of the crowd we had tonight, we are recording Sebastian's first ever live album right here.
And that's
you guys.
That's totally innocuous. We're filming a live. Okay, great.
Crowd participation. Okay.
So I'm telling them.
Things that are going to be happening. Number one, on the drums is Paris, Sebastian's son. And here's something you don't know. This is one of the reasons why we're doing this tonight. It's Paris' birthday today. I need you to say, happy birthday, Paris! Can you do that? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on the drums. I'll try to do a Sebastian Bach impression. Dude! Fucking on the drums! Please welcome my kid, Paris!
All right. I think this is killing behind the stage.
Yep.
This Brody has the biggest dick anyone's ever seen.
I just
This
threw
guy's
out.
dick has an elbow in it. When he says on the guitar, please welcome Brody, I need all of you, this is important for the recording, to say, show us your dick, Brody, okay? Brody, everybody! Show us your dick, Brody! Perfect.
Now, that's how we started.
Yep.
Then we end up with this. He tells me he never saw the show. So all of what happens next is a complete...
Is my son, Paris Bach. What the hell was that? It's not his fucking birthday. You guys are fucking wild tonight.
And we're up above the stage watching this.
Let's hear it for Craig Gass. I love that.
He gave me a great intro and said, I love Craig Gass and all that.
The band one time. What do you say about the band?
Kept looking at us above the stage.
Guitar, all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. My great buddy, Mr. Bruiser, Brody DeRose.
Sebastian's face.
I showed you my dick, but I don't want to knock this guy's fucking eye out.
Sebastian totally started rolling with it. Oh my God. Oh, and then the thing is that I tell him, I go, man, I did a whole thing up there. And he's like, cool, man, whatever. And then he goes out and does the show and he goes, you got to get in front. Watch how the show starts. And I go, oh, I heard about this.
Yep.
So I go out front and I'm right in the pit, right as the lights hit. And this is what I see. You won't, I mean, for me, that's how he starts the show, is with me walking in the desert.
No, just for a few minutes. It's Sebastian Bach.
This is for the video for his first song off his new album. What Do I Got to Lose? And he starts out the show with that. And it's a great way to kick off. Dude, the guy still takes care of his voice, stretches out before every show.
Oh, yeah.
He's over, was he late 50s now?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. And he's still great pipes.
Yeah.
It's like,
And got the energy of a 20-year-old still up there.
I like that we said great pipes right as we're looking right up at his crotch.
Speaking of great pipes, there's Brody DeRose on the side over there.
Yeah.
With the elbow.
Yeah.
Nah.
With a watch on the end of his dick.
So one thing I want to point out about this is Craig goes into this knowing what the video is going to be on stage. He's heard that they do the video. Can you start from the very beginning of the video real fast?
What? Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
From the very beginning.
No way.
No way.
Genuinely shocked. I'm genuinely shocked. I heard, a friend of mine told me that he had seen the show live somewhere, and he said, did you know Sebastian starts out his shows with you on a video? And I was like, no way. And I was like, I totally forgot about it until Sebastian said, go. And I was like, oh, is this going to be me? And then when I see it, I still.
If anybody knows Craig Gass, he was thinking all night, I hope they start the show off with this video. I'm going to be on stage with Sebastian Bach. They're going to see my face because I'm the same way. I know.
Oh, dude, it's Christmas. It's Christmas Day.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Well, no, I have several. Is this the venue in Flint?
This is the the venue in Flint is a different one. That's the Machine Room. This is called District 142 in Wyandotte, Michigan, which is like southeast.
I've done this room.
You have?
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, they told me that they've done stand-up comedy here before.
Yeah, I've done it.
No.
Did you have the same energy?
I just recognized the logo. We had a blast of a show. It was insane.
Really?
Very nice.
Oh yeah, they told me they do stand-up comedy there now, and that's a great venue. It's like, I don't know, I'm gonna guess maybe 800, 1,000 seats or something like that.
Nice.
I mean, that's standing room only. Comedy, you could do like a nice 400 or 500.
Yep.
They got an upstairs balcony. It's a comfortable place to watch a show. And dude, Sebastian just gives his all,
amazing.
man.
Oh, yeah.
I love how much he cares about putting on a good show.
And takes care of himself as well.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I literally do hot yoga with Sebastian Bach here in Vegas quite often.
Who's standing behind who?
We have both been in the music industry for a long time, so we nail Downward Dog.
Yeah.
We've been in that position in the music business a lot.
Are you both at the back of the room looking forward? Huh?
Yeah.
No, we're both musicians, so we're in the very front looking at ourselves in the fucking mirror.
Of course you are.
Like, look how good I'm doing this, Sebastian. Look at this pose.
You know what? Yesterday when he went on stage at Wise Guys, he's doing a 10-minute spot.
Yeah.
He walks out, goes to the right of the stage, goes goes to the left of the stage. I'm like, what is going on?
Yep.
I've seen him do that at open mics.
Yep.
At open mics where he gets on stage and does the full on, and it works.
I'm the Bert Kreischer of comedy.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about it? The Bert Kreischer coming. You know what's crazy about it is Chris will do that at an open mic with like 8 people, and you'll hear 5 of the 8 people go, yeah. Like, you know, it works, man.
Yeah.
Showmanship absolutely works.
I love the fact that you have an entire act that's an entire lie.
Yes.
Dedicated to open for musicians. To me, that's craftsmanship. That's figuring out something.
Well, I've heard of comedians that have done shows opening for bands. I remember hearing that back in the 70s, the Allman Brothers Doobie Brothers took Steve Martin to open up for them in Los Angeles. And Steve Martin, apparently, it was in an arena, and they set the stage in the middle of the arena facing half of the arena. So one half of the arena is empty. The other half is where everybody's sitting. Mm-hmm. And they said, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your opening act, comedian Steve Martin. And Steve walked out, and he faced the empty half and said, well, I expected there to be more people here tonight, but here we go. And he did the whole show with his back to the audience. And when they would laugh, he said, wow, you guys are a lot louder than I expected. And he just kept doing it. And I was like, man, that is beautiful. And the thing with opening for Metallica, that first big show I did where I said, hey, I work for the band, that was fear. I just thought, if I say I'm with the band, they'll listen. And then I should just tell them cool stuff is happening so that I can have a place to put jokes in the middle. But it was completely out of fear.
Where were you at?
The first show with Metallica was at a place called the Bowery Ballroom. It only holds, for Metallica,
New York?
It's in New York.
Yeah.
Really small for Metallica, really big for a comedian. It's about 1,000. It's actually just like the Wyandotte Room, District 142. It's about that same size. And System of a Down was at the Molson Amphitheater in Toronto, 22,000 people, I believe. And I've done shows in arenas and, Motley Crue's farewell tour, and then Corey Taylor. We did like a giant nightclub run. And, but yeah, I mean, aren't those bad gigs really where you become a better comedian?
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
I'm learning. I'm still in that. We did Flint. We did this, that, and then we did The Machinist.
Yeah.
Machine Shop.
Machine Shop. Yeah.
Machine Shop. What are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Had a blast of a show.
Yeah, I've told Craig that I would like for us to go and do stand up at the Machine Shop.
Oh yeah,
I've never been to the venue.
Yeah.
Death Punch was already outgrown those rooms by the time I joined.
That's doable. Some girl
come down to my size.
A girl wanted me to sign her tits, but they were ugly tits, and I was like,
yeah.
So they were like mushy, so like the marker wouldn't, it was stuck, like it would because the skin would like.
That wasn't the only thing that was mushy.
That is hilarious.
It was fun.
When I was in Detroit last week, there was a girl that came up to me after the show, and she said, hey, I live a few blocks from here. And I was like, oh, sweet. And she goes, if you need a place to stay. And I go, oh, they already gave me a hotel room. And she goes, I've got pizza. And I went, pizza? And I still wasn't registering what she was saying. Yeah. I was like, you got pizza? I go, what kind of pizza? Now I'm talking about pizza, and I'm like, and then she said, something that was like super flirtatious, and I was like, oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I don't want pizza. So,
cheese pizza.
Isn't it crazy how comedy will lead to conversations with women that you can actually talk to women where you might not have been able to before?
It's saving my life.
Yeah.
I watched this man masterfully work the room, doing crowd work last night at Wise Guys, and he proceeds to tell me, what exactly are you doing while you were doing all that crowd work there, sir?
Well, I have to give a little context without giving
throwing
name.
him under the bus right now?
All right, without giving names.
No, it's genius.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
All right.
No, so he, he tells me that he might have some dinner with some lady, and I was like, okay, and he describes her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, well, she's recently divorced. She was married 13 years. She's got 2 kids. The guy that was with her was just a friend.
Yep.
And I did all of that through the crowd work.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So you set it up by
It's funny too because like I saw her walk out with a dude. I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
is this girl being a dirtbag?
wow.
I don't know if I like this or do I really like this?
I got all the answers. Like by the end of a show, normally anything that's in my purview, I know if they're single, if they're everything. I know all of it about every single one of them.
Yep.
You know what I used to do?
I get to see which one is laughing a little too hard at relationship material.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then you know who to talk to after the show.
Well, I mean, I let them talk to me, and then but I have more context. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah. He was my wingman on stage without knowing that he was my wingman. Ric Diez.
So Rick,
master of all trades right there.
I've always prided myself in being a good wingman for my comedian friends. Whenever I see my comedian friends talking to a pretty girl, I'll always walk up and go, I'm sorry to bother you guys. I am your biggest fan. I love you. Are you with him? Do you know who this guy is? This guy is the greatest comedian. Literally. Like, dude, I have all of your albums. Dude, I love you so much. You guys are you're like a pretty couple. Would it be weird if I got a picture of the two of you together? Like, can you guys kiss for me? Just give me a kiss. And I will, I cannot tell you how often it works. And I pride myself on it with comedians who are so shy and they don't know how to, and they go, dude, you really helped me out that night. One time I walked up to Jeff Ross and he's talking to this really, really pretty girl. And I go, I'm sorry to bother you. And Jeff looks at me and he goes, yes. And I go, Jeff Ross? And he goes, yeah. And I go, I am your biggest fan. And he goes, okay. And I said, I have all of your albums. And he says, I don't have any albums. I go, I got them on the black market. And I love you so. Are you with Jeff? Do you know this is the greatest comedian? And Jeff goes, oh, Craig, this is my girlfriend. And I went, all right. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Craig. And I just walked away.
Yeah.
It was
so clearly not as big a fan of Jeff Ross as he thought he was.
Well, I didn't know it was his girlfriend. I was like, I saw him talking to a pretty girl. And I really pride myself on being able to like do the layup and help you with this girl, whatever that situation is. So, but dude, I love the idea of doing the crowd work to like.
It's fun. First, I love doing crowd work. I just love. I'm very shy with women. Incredibly shy with women. You're
shy on the podcast right now. You're very
but on stage I have because I have I'm self-deprecating.
Yeah.
Loser.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty close to reality persona.
I love how you start off your set. What's the very first thing you say out of your mouth?
Anybody else depressed?
Yeah.
And that sets the tone.
Yeah. And I get to talk to women, and then I get to be super, asking a lot of kinky questions and
really?
Yeah. And I get to flirt with women next to their boyfriend because none of them feel threatened.
Right.
And I can go super hard on deep questions. Like yesterday, I was asking a girl about how censored is this anyway.
No, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah,
about because I have this joke about trying to suck my dick off, and then I was talking to one guy, and his was his brother next to him, and I was like, "Oh, couldn't you do it because it was small, or because the flexibility?" I was like, "Both," but he was with his girl, and I was like, "Okay, how small is it?" And then it's like, "Oh, but how long have you been together?" Then a week, and it's like, "Well, okay, great. I can go into like super," but they enjoy it.
Yeah,
because it's me. Because I don't. Other people will be like, "Dude, they don't." It's all about.
Can you imagine the presentation if I was trying to do that? How small is your dick, bro?
Yeah. You're like if you have the more bro metal energy, that doesn't work. But I get away with saying the.
I also believe there's something about having an accent. Like we talk about Yoshi, who was on the show last night.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Yoshi gets away with so many horrifying things. People seem to have an energy of. Does he know how offensive this is? Like
he's think stuttering. He's stuttering. It sounds.
Yeah.
And let's be clear. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Oh, of course.
And exactly what he's saying. That dude is genius.
I started with Yoshi 30 years ago.
I don't doubt it.
Me and Yoshi and Josh Wolf and Brody Stevens and Joey Diaz. We all started at the same open mic in 1993. Joey showed up in 1994. He had just showed up from, I think, Colorado.
Yesterday, Yoshi did one small mistake. I didn't call him out on it, but I thought it was hilarious. He knew exactly what he was doing to the point that he said something really offensive or whatever it was. And then he said, thank you, too early. because he's just part of. He knows he's gonna say thank you after their reaction,
really?
and he was just in his thing. I think he was a bit in his head. I think, and he's just a little, just a fraction too early.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But people don't even. It was just so funny.
Before we walk out of here, is there any one show that was so painful and so awkward that it really gave you one of the best lessons you've ever had in stand-up comedy? Is there any really bad nights that you've had that you just like, man, it just, or maybe you still can't figure out how to go back? Like I had one night where they put me on stage. I used to work at a radio station in Hartford, Connecticut. I was doing a morning radio show with Dee Snider in the late 90s. And I walked out on stage for a radio event where I was going on between Public Enemy and I think 311. Public Enemy just walked off stage and I walked out and said, "How you guys doing?" And someone in the crowd said, "Kill him!" And I just, to this day, I don't know how to respond to kill him. So have you ever had shows
I've had a lot of like these like awkward dinner semi thing, and you're like, why am I here? Just the worst. But the worst one I had was my friend in Brussels. He was like, man, and I shouldn't. And then I heard I should have said no. I should have said no, and I should have known to say no to this, but I didn't know. And then he caught me because didn't know. And he was like, "I'm running this charity. It's in I have this show for a charity, and it's in one of the worst, one of the historically worst neighborhoods of Brussels, Belgium.
Oh,
which has a very strong."
The whole audience is on.
I like this dance. I like this dance.
North African immigrant population, which is for the most part Muslim.
Okay.
So I know that going in there, and it's a charity for something related to that community.
Okay.
And dude, I don't go up first. But I start my set. It's going fine. They're with me. But then there's children running in the front.
Oh no!
It's chaos. There's some people listening, some people not listening. But I got them. I'm doing my little one-liners. It's working fine. It's working fine. None of it is religious. None of it is. It's self-deprecating. So you can't really catch me, and I'm not attacking anybody. Then I get into crowd work. I have crowd work about cats, and I was asking if people have cats, and then this couple at the back up there says yes. This lady, and this lady has a not a burqa, but he's got her hair is covered, right? And she's with a gentleman who I assume is her husband,
right?
But I'm just asking. I'm assuming they're married, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not even assuming it's like somebody's cheating on anything. So I'm already assuming that's a parents. But dude, so I ask if there's, and she asked, "Oh, you have cats?" I was like, "No, we got rid of them or something like that." It's like, "What happened? You're allergic? Did you get scratched? What happened?" She said, "Oh, I got scratched." And okay, well, and then I used to have a cat, and they get into your bed when you're, And I was like, "What happened? Like, did he scratch you while you guys were, having sex or whatever?"
Yeah.
I'm talking to a married couple about whether they were having sex.
Right.
Dude, at that moment, 3 young guys interrupt me. They start threatening me.
No.
Oh no, like hardcore threatening. Like, what are you? Like, because it's kind of like, I don't understand the culture, but it's like, they're gonna now, you cannot talk about sex.
No
with
shit.
A woman of our community.
No
Point.
shit.
Period. That's just how it is.
Oh, worst gig ever.
She didn't care. She was laughing.
Right.
But they were now trying to display virtue,
right,
on behalf of people that never asked for their fucking opinion.
White knight.
So you're telling me they're out there trying to be white women?
Yeah.
Well, kind of, yeah. But there's different levels and different. It's all very subtle, right? There's different generations of immigrants, and these guys are younger kids who want to be like, want to bro alpha something.
Oh, no. Yeah. How do you get out of this situation?
Well, I actually had to like backtrack and apologize because I don't want to get chased out of here. Like literally, this is me. Like,
are you getting paid for this?
No, it's a fucking charity.
It's a fucking charity. Okay.
I mean,
so, no.
In their defense, it's not like they've got any history of being violent at all.
No, but what was mental was they start really threatening me, then all the people are like, "Hey, just let him finish. He was funny." Like,
really?
So I had part of the crowd defending me, part of the crowd. Thank God. However, dude, I got out. I finished my set.
Yep.
Because I was like, I'm finishing my set, and then I got off stage. And I was talking to I left the venue before the show ended.
Of course.
I'm not staying here.
Of
I
course.
was like, okay, then.
Wow.
assess the context a little better before you learn.
Yeah, we all end up doing these charity events where you learn never perform while people are eating, never perform after. There's always that thing of like, and then we're going to bring a family up whose child just passed away.
Yeah.
And then you have to follow a family that's crying and they go, okay, you guys ready for comedy? And it's like, what? And the whole room is sobbing. Like, so
Dude,
yeah.
I did a show in Amsterdam where I was doing crowd work at the beginning or whatever. To my right, I just asking this couple like how long they've been there. The show went great.
Is this Boom Chicago?
No. It's a venue called Clink.
Okay.
Run by comics.
Okay.
Small, beautiful little square room.
Okay.
I got Sam Talent. I recommended that room to him, and he had me open for him there. It was
nice.
It holds like 100.
Yeah.
Packed. It's a perfect room for comedy. And I'm talking to the people on my right, and I'm like, "Oh, you guys together?" I was like, there's something that happened, and apparently they were fighting. They said they start openly talking. Yeah, we were fighting on the way here. Like they were about to break up on the way, but they still decided to make it to the show.
Whoa!
And dude, it's like start digging in. Dude, my divorce just got me like I don't give a shit. I'm asking questions.
You had just gotten divorced?
A little bit ago now,
Okay.
but now I'm like I want to see if whose fault it is because it's always like I don't trust anybody's version, so I just start digging. Dude, he was borderline keep crying. She was openly said it was bad, and I was at one point I was like, you know what? I start feeling bad for him.
Yeah.
I moved on.
Wow! After
'Cause
ruining.
Yeah, I didn't want to lose the crowd too much. I want to
Right.
keep it funny. Like, how
Too
far
late.
can I take this? No, I didn't lose them. It was fun.
Okay.
It was. That's the experience. That's where like I learned to like. Okay, no, move on.
Okay.
These are the moments that define comedians.
Yeah.
And then I feel like when things at the end don't work out, I feel like you analyze it so much on the way home or on the way back to the hotel that you come up with a solution if it ever happens again. Like if it's a week from now, a month from now, or 10 years from now, you've done it once and you know how to respond if it ever happens again.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, dude, I love it. I feel so lucky to be doing comedy and even 30 years later, because I love it so much. Every city that I go to, I come in early to do radio and TV. So I'll hit up open mics when I'm in town. I love stand-up comedy. And I love how much Chris loves it. He'll go to open mics as a famous guy. He'll walk into an open mic in front of 8, 10 other
Doing
comedians.
that the whole time.
Yep. Yeah.
I got to build time, you know. So
Yeah.
But what I love about Chris, and this thing is a lesson for any open micer, is who might be listening to this show, is Chris comes to a show, accept the time he's given, doesn't bother anybody.
Yep.
Never is always super polite, is respectful of all comedians, says hi to every comedian, respectful of the staff, nice to the staff, never takes anything for granted, acts like an open micer should act.
Yes.
Even though he's a famous guy, established, just like does everything right.
Oh yeah. Like, I'm
that's-
very aware that I am new at this craft.
Yes.
And I have such respect for comics like yourself who have done all the time. And I realize I'm new to this game, but I've done this over here. I still need to build my my reputation as a comic, a storyteller. So I am realizing I am amongst professionals in here who have dedicated their lives. I have plenty to learn from all you guys and take every opportunity to learn what I can.
But I have something to learn from somebody who's that big, who still acts humble.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the thing.
Oh, start.
Yeah.
I've definitely run into people who show a lot of humility that they don't have to. And I go, man, I should be more like that person. And with Chris, I tell him all the time, I've always prided myself on reading comments about me where people go, I met that guy. He was really nice. And I'll be with Chris and he'll be so nice that I don't even know how to follow up because he's proactively nice to me.
Oh yeah, no, I can't be that nice.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to be that nice. But Rick, where do people find you online to find your tour dates?
Everything is at Sadman Rick.
No way, really?
SADMANRIC, Sadman Rick.
Sadman Rick with a C.
Yeah.
Sadman RIC.
And I got my website just redone by my friend Bruno Maestrini. He's my buddy. He just redid my website, ricdiez.com with an E, Diez, D-I-E-Z, RICDiez.com.
Okay.
All my tour dates are also there.
Yep.
I'm going to Janesville if it doesn't get canceled, to Manchester, Tennessee, to Massillon, Ohio, to Columbus, Ohio.
There we go.
Funny Bone in Columbus?
No, I'm not those venues yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I need to. sell
But you're on the
tickets
road.
for
But
that. I'm
after
on the
this
road, I'm
appearance on
learning.
Beardo and Weirdo,
Yep.
he's going to be.
I have to
Yes.
believe that because we get this all the time.
Mhm.
It just happened like a week or two ago in front of my girlfriend. She had never experienced this before. I have to believe with the kind of comedy you do and that fan base that people come up to you and go, "Hey, I got a joke for you." Do you get that a lot?
From comics,
From
from
audience.
fans, sometimes, yeah, and they all think they understand my act,
Yes.
and
yes.
I'm like, oh sure, great,
and they'll say something horrifying, right?
yeah, it's horrifying,
It's
just
always-
bad, just cringe.
Yeah, it's always racist. It always, yeah. This guy walked up to me and Darcy, and he goes, "Hey man," he goes, "I got a joke for you." And I go, "All right." And he goes, "We got to go outside." And I go, "All right." And he goes, "All right." And it took him 10 minutes. It felt like to get to the point, and the whole point was just he literally just yelled out the N-word at a wedding, and I go, "All right." And he goes, "Yeah, man, you like that? I got another one." And I go, "I gotta go," and I just walked away. So,
The two things that I hear most from Kill Tony fans,
oh, this will be good.
there's only two things I hear constantly, and the most random places. People would just pull out to me at a bar, and just whisper in my ear, "Fuck Handskin," or
Really?
"You won, you totally won," and then just walk away. That's all. The only two things I hear.
All right, listen.
Just repeatedly.
As much as I love Hans Kim,
Yeah, but it's funny. The lore of the
you
show.
won. You did win.
Okay, I have to
But
say,
doesn't
I
matter.
know,
Yeah.
I know about Hans Kim. I know about you. I do not know about what happened between you and Hans Kim. So if you
I challenge him for his spot on the show. We had a battle,
okay,
and in the context of the battle, we had a rematch. But in the first battle, Tony asked the people on the panel their opinion before he went for the crowd vote. But the rules of engagement were that the crowd vote would decide who won.
okay,
Okay.
From the beginning. That was the rules of engagement.
and
No,
the crowd
getting in.
and the crowd gave it to you.
No, but Tony asked the panel's opinion first, which was kind of like
The
because
members of Kill Tony who are loyal to
Yeah.
Kill Tony and the people.
But the
regulars
people at the table were Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker, and they both said I won.
Okay,
But then he went to the crowd and he asked for them to vote for me and for Hans, but they asked for Hans second.
oh,
And he won, but it was a whole
Yeah.
you know. But comedy fans on that night, I believe I had the best jokes on that night, and then so a lot of people come and that created a lot of like lore.
Yeah.
But that momentum now is gone, and all of that. People, fans of the show, have moved on to new guys that are killing it on the show and doing fantastic. And good for them.
right on. Well, I'm
I'm doing my still in Ohio. So please come.
well, I'm very happy for you because the excitement of wanting to do stand-up comedy and then being able to get on the road and do it and start traveling and have some people waiting for you when you get to the town. There's nothing like that. There really is nothing like being able to do something you love and do it for a living. So
imagine that as a person from Spain.
yeah, I was going to say that as well.
It's crazy.
And you hit on the biggest show that you can hit right now to get into stand-up comedy.
Beardo and Weirdo. Yes.
Beardo and
Welcome.
Weirdo show, man.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to be here.
Chris, Kael, and I are going to be on the road. We're doing some very special shows in Tampa, Florida. You can see all the dates that we're going to be at getgas.com. It's getgas with 2 S's.com. Also, if you're seeing this as the episode is dropping, this Saturday, April 4th, I will be at the Moore Theater in Seattle with Nancy Wilson from Heart, Zach and Brent from Shinedown, Mike Inez from Alice in Chains, Chris Ballou from Presidents United States. Big all-star jam. We're raising money for the anti-bullying campaign. What is it, Rick?
I love the presidents.
I love
I've
the
seen them
presidents
twice.
too. Have you really?
Yeah, I saw them at the festival in Belgium in '95, and people brought peaches and were throwing peaches at
No
them.
way, really?
That's the best.
I saw him once and I was on coke. I don't remember any of it. But anyways, so go see us. And if you want to meet Chris Kael on the road this summer with Five Finger Death Punch, go to chriskael.com to get the vest packages, the base packages, and we will see you on the next episode. We have one of the biggest stars in music, arguably the biggest guy who's influenced everybody next week. Can you take a guess? Do you want to do one?
Oh, you're not talking about me?
Can you do a quick impression? Just a tease?
The one for next week?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Just stick out your tongue. We'll see you next week.